Incoming chat.
Hello, everybody. One more time, we're in incoming chat, and today we have a very special guest. It's Chia Luen, the face and the voice of one of the most important companies in Poland. I will say, Brand 24.
Wow.
Thank you for coming, Chia.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for inviting me. And, thank you for that amazing introduction.
Well, I mean, that's what you deserve. And before we even start talking, I just want to say, your work as a video person for a company is a big inspiration of what the stuff that we do here as well. So it's great to have you here.
Wow.
And I mean, let's start just to give a little context. Before you become this video personality nowadays, just tell us a little bit about what you were doing before this gig.
Before this gig. Well, I don't know how far back you want to go. I don't know how far back I want to go, but damn. So, well, actually, I'll tell you about when I first started at Brand 24, because I wasn't always doing video there. I actually started as a content writer, so I was writing different articles and blog posts and things like that. And then we started to create video tutorials. So everything is very user-centric. Mm-hmm. We're focused on our customers and our clients. We want to help them. And, sometimes software can be a little complicated or hard to use. So we created video tutorials, and I was just lending my voice to all those videos.
All right.
Yeah. And then we started to do social media news, like the social recap. So, then it was a little more than my voice. And then after that is just, video all the way. Yeah.
Because even when I read the comments on your channel, when people watch your videos, I mean, you really rocking those videos.
Yeah,
and it surprised me when I asked you the first time about your previous experience, and like you said, you didn't really have any previous experience.
No, not in video. No, not in video.
Now, it was obviously it's not a new move to start turning into video for companies. A lot of companies are doing that, but becoming sort of the face of the video, that's a lot of weight. And
oh yeah,
because after all, you're still trying to be yourself, but you're also representing a brand. So you sort of have to mimic a little bit of the tone and style, I guess, or
totally.
How was the process for you? Not just to turn from behind to the front of the camera, but also to adapt this personality, which I have to say is not very different from who you are in real life.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I didn't really have to give it too much thought in terms of the personality. I was always encouraged to just be myself, so that came from everybody, from Mike Sadek. He was always telling me, Chia, just be yourself, and that's basically what we encourage at Brand 24. It's great to have such diverse personalities. That's what I really love. You say that I'm the face or the voice of Brand 24, but honestly, I think I'm just one of them. We have a lot of personalities, definitely. We have Nick Griffin, who is often speaking at different conferences, and Sadek, of course.
Yeah, he's if
he's
you guys
the
don't
face.
know,
He's the face.
Ask anyone in Poland who Michał Sadek is, and they will tell you who he is.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have Mikołaj, who does a lot of events in Poland. So we have a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing faces and voices. I'm just one of them, really.
And something that we were talking just before I started recording, it takes time to make videos. It's not that people just jump in front of the camera and start talking about stuff.
No.
So how long does it take you to prepare for a good video? Let's say a good 5 minutes video.
5 minutes. 5 minutes goes like 5 hours, or I'm ashamed to say that it takes me an entire week to prepare that single video. I mean, I am someone who needs to feel prepared. I like to do my research, and I like to know what I'm talking about,
I mean, that's something you can tell, because you never see your videos and say oh, she's reading a card. I mean, you know your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much stays there, but at least for the video, you definitely know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's it's because you have to learn all this stuff, and then you have to turn it into words that they're very used, so people will trust in what you're saying.
Yep.
But I mean, and how do you deal with the comments of because that's one of the things that scared me the most in the beginning. I'm a very insecure person. Even you kind of really I'm sorry.
You can't really tell.
It's true.
You can't
it's true.
tell.
You can't really tell much, but I am, and I was always worried about, oh my god, people's gonna hate this video. Or
yeah, I've been there.
I'm sure that some of the comments sometimes that you get, they're not the nicest ones. Like
It happens.
How do you deal with that stuff, especially for people who right now is planning? Okay, I'm going to start my video channel, tell people about my company, about my startup or whatever. How do you deal with the feedback?
You know, you just have to go for it. You just have to be confident, and I know it sounds cheesy, but you just have to believe in yourself. I mean, if you don't, then who will, right? You just have to do it. And for the most part, I look forward to any kind of feedback that I can get, like whether it's positive or negative, I don't mind, because making the video is one thing, but my goal is to just, you know, start discussions, get people talking, get people thinking, you know, especially myself. It's a little, I don't even know how to say it. It's a little narcissistic maybe, but you know, but when I make a video or when I'm trying to be creative, it's like I'm having this crazy conversation with myself. You know what I mean? I'm Chia, but I'm also trying to tell Chia about something, and then yeah, it just kind of happens that way. And then if I just happen to get any comments, any engagement, I'm thrilled.
It's funny you mentioned that, because even when I prepare for some of my videos, I'm walking around the house and someone is like, okay guys, this time, blah, blah, and then my wife is like, what? Oh, sorry, did I say that loud?
Yes,
you start talking to yourself or to your audience.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
That totally happens. So, I do that with my cat.
So if you're listening at home and you're doing this, you're not alone. We're all doing it. Like I said before, yeah, every company is turning into video. Video is the king of content. People like digesting stuff that is visually attractive.
Yes.
Did you get any inspiration before start making your videos? Did you look around what other people was doing? Or?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I watch as many videos as I can, whether that's related to marketing or not. I just, you know, you have to be visually inspired. And you know, I wasn't always the most visual person in the world. Like even today, if you look at my thumbnails, they're horrible. And the reason why they're horrible is because I make them myself. Seriously, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a design person in any sense of the word. I wish I was. But that was something to overcome, just becoming a more visually oriented person, because I was all about words and writing previously. But
it's funny about the thumbnails, because I started trying to make my own, and so I
saw some. I think you shared some on Facebook, and it was really cool. It was kind of like comic inspired, and I like. Okay, it's not that I love you, Marcos, but I love the part where you kind of like you look like you're holding part of your head, and it's like a bowl.
Yes, yeah, that's actually. I showed that to my kids, and they were like, "How did you open your head?
Exactly.
How is this happening?"
I loved it. It was creative.
About platforms, let me just jump into, because everybody was making videos for YouTube. YouTube was the place to be if you're making videos, but suddenly Instagram started making space for video creators.
Yes.
LinkedIn is becoming a massive content place.
Absolutely.
How do you work your platforms? Are you trying to attack them all like Gary Vee style, or you try to choose really certain areas where you know where your people is going to be?
So for me, from the very beginning, it was always YouTube. Always YouTube. Like when we first started doing YouTube, first started doing video, we also shared some stuff on some other platforms, but I think YouTube was always the best one for me, because it was where we got feedback, where people were leaving comments, where people were starting discussions, and so that's where I focus today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you tried LinkedIn lately, or have you?
To be honest, I've never tried LinkedIn for video. Yeah.
I think you should give it a shot.
Really?
It's very interesting. Even though a lot of people is just doing the phone thing.
Oh yes.
I mean, it's very weird that they all agree that video is super important, but it's just the phone video is really not too.
Yeah, it's interesting because you wouldn't think of it as being so visually appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go back to the creating process, you do this research. I mean, it takes you about a week to not just to choose what you want to talk about. You want to learn. You
Yes.
want to make it your own. What are the sort of content that works the best or that resonate the best? Because I know you're doing a lot of content very specific to what Brand24 does.
Yes.
But you also try to cover things that people can use in many different businesses.
In many different respects. But again, we always focus on our users. So like we have users who are involved in so many different parts of businesses, like people in the restaurant business, people from agencies, and people from real estate or finance. We have all kinds of customers, and so they have very different needs, and that's why we talk about so many different topics in videos. But in terms of your question, like what's working the best, currently, I think actually it's content that is more educational in nature. Like people want to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. There are definitely some brands that do like comedy extremely well, and their videos go viral, and they're so much fun to watch. And I wish I could do that, but I know I can't. So I focus on what I can do, which is educational content. Yeah.
It's with the funny videos. I had this little fight the other day with someone online. It was not a real fight. It's just an online fight. About humor in videos and how much funny you can push.
Yes.
And when I always like to be the funny guy, but it's only when I'm natural.
You are.
I try to be, but it's only when I'm natural, because if I try to pull a joke, it's not going to work.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I know.
I've seen a lot of people trying to make just everything funny. Don't you think sometimes that can work like against you? Like, for example, if you're going to choose, wow, this guy's hilarious, but that's not the guy I need because he's too funny. I need someone who can get the job done instead of making me laugh.
Yes, yeah. I think it depends. For me, I just want to see people be themselves. I want to see someone who's genuine, who feels comfortable. You know, okay, you're a really serious person. You're making really serious videos. That's cool. You know, I like that. But if you're funny and you're able to pull off a funny video it's not just about humor, but also it has a message. It has value for people, then that's also just amazing. So it just depends, I think.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has to find their own style.
Yes.
How long have you been doing videos for Brand24?
For Brand24? So I think I've been on YouTube for like a year now.
All right.
Yeah.
That's enough time to have a good opinion of what's going on.
I hope so.
So I mean, you sort of started when, even though video always been content king. I totally believe that, but this content king phrase, it became a thing not too long ago. I mean, people started saying like, forget about everything, make videos. And it's been evolving, right? It's been evolving from just phone videos to YouTube channels, good productions, maybe sometimes back to the phone video. But where do you see it moving? Do you think video is going to continue being something very important for companies to spread their content?
I absolutely do. I think video is going to continue to be very, very important. And I think it's going to be even more important in terms of influencer marketing later. So it's not just about the companies themselves doing branded content. It's also about reaching out to individuals who are not necessarily affiliated with your company, but who are creating their own amazing content, and then brands are going to want to work with them.
And I was playing with TikTok, and I don't know about how much you I'm sure you've been around just to check it out at least a couple of times.
It's fun.
I tried a couple of videos. I didn't want to do the whole TikTok thing, so I did my own thing, posted some old videos. It didn't work at all. I think I got 4 likes, which is super sad for TikTok. But and what I'm going here is about the influencers. Like, people is becoming an influencer before even having something to influence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I see now in LinkedIn or in Facebook, people like, I'm a TikTok influencer. And then they look for a brand to pay them to influence people through videos. Do you think that's a regular path, or should work the other way around?
That's a complicated question.
I didn't want to talk about TikTok anyway, but I guess I have to. I mean, it's the new thing. Millions of people are there.
Yeah, it kind of is. Oh, but like, no, I kind of know what you're talking about. So the people, this is a very complicated question, I think, because you kind of, as brands, you kind of shy away from that, especially with there being so much bad press about fake influencers. So anybody can claim that they're an influencer, right? And you have to be monitoring them, be tracking them and their engagement to really check to see if they are influential and how much their message resonates with their audience. But I would say that we look for people to work with, and it's not about them coming to us. It's more about us going to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're open to work with influencers.
Oh, absolutely. And we do. We work with influencers. We have our partner program. So we work with a lot of micro influencers, people in different niches. And yeah, it's always a very good partnership, I would say.
And should people look into outsource the video help? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or do you think it's always better to start at home?
Oh, if you're
because I know it's a lot of investment for a small company
really
to think
is.
of a video content.
Yeah.
Because after all, I mean, and we talk about it in the previous shows, it's not just to have a video. You need to have good lights. You need to have good sound. I mean, if we're going to do a podcast and it sounds like crap, I mean, you're going to turn it off after a minute, right? I mean, it's like, I can't have it. But there is a sort of a level of investment into prepare good content and good
Definitely.
Quality visuals and things like that. Mm-hmm. So that being said, do you think this is for everybody, for every company, for every personal brand even?
I think that a lot of companies can find ways to work with video, but it's not necessarily going to be a homegrown method. So outsourcing is not a bad idea. But the most important thing is just to think about the content itself, what you want the video to say, what the message should be.
How far are your videos reaching? I remember seeing a post from someone in the Middle East saying, Chia, I love your videos because I show them to my kids that they're learning English.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one, but I've seen, I go into the comments a little bit, but I've seen a lot of very nice comments from people all around the world, right? So you're getting all this reach. How many followers do you have at the moment?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
So our channel is still pretty small. I think it's about, it's under 6,000, I would say.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for any sort of company, having at least 6,000 people watching your videos is a huge start.
Yeah, it's better than zero.
And with my next question is about that. I mean, when you started, and this is something that happened to me, and I'm sure it's happening to a lot of people. How do you monitor the growth without being disappointed? Because I mean, videos. People is like, I have my first video out there, nobody watch it. Second video, nobody watch it. And it takes a bunch of tries and videos to get people like, oh, I'm interested in this one. And how was your journey into growing your number of subscribers and followers?
Well, first of all, if you're scared of disappointment, don't go into videos. Seriously. It has been a journey of personal growth, Marcos.
I can't imagine. I mean,
just doing this, working on this project has been great. If only because it has taught me to just accept myself for who I am. I mean, I never look the way I think I look in those videos. I never sound the way that I think I sound, but I just come to terms with it. I accept it and I love it, and I do my best. And that's all I can say about that, really.
So it could even be a good self therapy. Look, I'm gonna make videos and I don't care what people's gonna say about it.
No, I care.
Oh no, yeah, we need some KPIs after all.
Definitely.
So what's the future for you and your video strategy? What are you working on? What do you want to do that is new, different, better?
I want to get out from behind that desk.
All right.
Yeah, so in most of my videos, I'm sitting behind a desk and I'm talking about certain topics. I'm teaching people about different things and trying to just present as much information as possible. And it doesn't have a very physical aspect to it. And that can be a little, I don't want to say boring. I don't want to call my own videos boring, okay?
They're not. That's also not.
But I want them to be a little more just entertaining to watch. Not just like me sitting there and flailing my arms around wildly, but like doing something, having some kind of script in mind, some kind of some movement, just maybe going to different places, things like that. But in terms of the content itself, we still focus on the user and just adding value for the user, and that for us that means educational content, at least right now.
Have you seen tangible conversion, like from the moment you start putting ways to make people's lives easier through your videos and towards your product, right?
Yes.
Have you seen actually some improvement in your conversion?
That's something that I'm extremely, extremely, extremely happy to say that the answer is yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I first started, it was yeah, don't look at my first video. I'm just gonna put
now everybody has to go to YouTube and look for Chia's first video.
Don't do that. But yeah, when I first started, it was hard. I mean, we were making content, and I want to say we were making good content that had value for the user. But we didn't know as much then as we do now. And so naturally, that meant we had less conversions earlier. But now, I'm very proud to say we have conversions in the triple digits. So I'm super, super, super happy.
Nice.
Yeah, video is powerful. Everybody should get into video, unless you're afraid of disappointment.
Yeah, that's a very big one.
Yeah.
So from brands making videos right now, because I mean, before we started making videos, we had to go through a bunch of research, including your videos. I mean, again, you've been an inspiration. Is anything you would recommend people who's planning to get into video to watch? To
watch?
Yeah, like
watch everything.
That's actually, I mean, it is a good answer for sure. But is there any name that stayed in your mind? Anything, any video creator that you're like, oh my god, I want to be that person?
Oh gosh, that's so many people, and that's from so many different genres too. Like if it's marketing, then we're big fans of people like Brian Dean or Neil Patel, and let's see, there's Ahrefs, and there's just so many good people. And you're gonna laugh maybe, but I've been kind of getting into the video game genre.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there's this really entertaining channel that I like, and you might know it. I think they're pretty huge. It's Smosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guilty as charged of watching
yeah.
that a few times.
So that's super entertaining. It's obviously very, very, very different from what we do, but I feel like if you need to just watch as many different things as possible, and you can pull inspiration from any place, really.
But after all, it's just a matter of start.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's probably the best advice we can end up our conversation. I would love to have you again to just chat about video.
That would be awesome.
And everybody who's listening, just follow that advice, and I think I will join into that advice as well. If you're gonna start with video, just start. Do it.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Don't be disappointed for nasty comments. Just haters are gonna hate.
Mm-hmm.
Chia, thank you so much for coming to our podcast. I hope to have you again, like I said. And for everybody listening, we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Marcos. Bye-bye.
I almost didn't do that.
I almost waved at the microphone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We really want to hear from you, so make sure you leave a comment in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Incoming chat.